Here's a story about a man, and I'm going to narrate it for you guys. In medical school, he meets his ex-wife. He had just graduated from Harvard at the age of 22. She clearly had borderline personality disorder and daddy issues, as her father was in prison for 4 years for bank fraud while she was in college. She was also a serial liar. He went to medical school, so he's a smart guy. He's a neurosurgeon, correct? Despite his spider senses detecting this, he continues to accept her excuses for the various lies she told. She insisted that we make love for the first time when I was 22, a month after we met, and then demanded that we marry right away because I had taken her virginity. She told me she was a virgin when we first met, but it turned out she had been with 4 other guys before I met her. I would have called off the wedding if I found out about it right before the wedding. His spidey senses told him something before the wedding, but he went ahead with the wedding anyway. We now have 2 sons, 21 and 19, from our marriage. She became extremely abusive shortly after the birth of our first son. You would have seen that if he had dated her for at least a year and a half. Before anything else, she got her first job as a dermatologist at Johns Hopkins, and because I was still a resident, training began to belittle me and use her status as the family breadwinner against me. For 3 years to intimidate me into beta status, we relocated, and I became the breadwinner as a neurosurgeon, but the abuse continued. Despite this, I have a wonderful relationship with my sons. After about 10 years, I couldn't take it any longer and made mental plans to quietly divorce her and move on. In the middle of 2013, I was looking for Disneyland tickets for my kids on the family computer and discovered that she had left her email open. I was astounded when I discovered a file containing a treasure trove of adult content videos she had created with another guy. She was always passing herself off as religious and pious, and she was constantly judging how other women or girls my kids went to school with had skirts that were too short, despite the fact that she was making adult content with other dudes. I tried to divorce her while she was married to this man and abusing him, and he was a neurosurgeon, but she kept threatening to kill herself. Most guys would have left after 18 months, moved into an apartment before returning to the house when she claimed an overdose on benzos, and we worked out a post-natural agreement, giving her the $6 million mortgage-free house for another decade, while I paid half the cost, and primary physical custody of the kids. She obtained the children and another $1 million to see them through high school. I was supposed to see the kids at night and on weekends due to time constraints. When I discovered she was still having an affair, I filed for divorce in 2015. She immediately started lying to the kids about why dad had left the house. What was I talking about earlier? Parental alienation, in which the mother makes up nonsense about what a terrible man the father is, which is almost always nonsense. I became depressed and nearly hopeless until mutual family and friends approached me and informed me that my ex-wife had informed them. One of them was a woman who said she would help me see my sons if I showed her the video proof. I reluctantly gave her a copy and skipped ahead to a family law deposition where my ex-wife claimed I had physically assaulted our 16-year-old at tennis camp. It was a complete lie. I admitted to distributing the video to this female doctor, and my wife filed criminal revenge board charges against me, threatening me with a criminal trial in order to settle demands for $6.5 million. $6.5 million is a lot of money, so I declined and eventually went to keep in mind she's banging other guys, making adult content on the side, and leaving it on the computer while this guy is trying to book Disneyland tickets. And she wants $6.5 million. There is no limit to the lengths to which a crazy woman will go to ruin a good man. Any woman can destroy a man in family court, regardless of how good of a guy you are or if you're a stand-up dude. Not everyone will do it, but any woman can understand that. There are a few takeaways here, including the fact that a man should never marry before the age of 33. Every man should be aware of the symptoms of borderline personality disorder. You should never stay in a marriage with a crazy woman for the sake of the children. No matter what, every man should have a prenup. I don't want to keep hammering on that one. That's just one of the millions of divorces that occur in North America each year. And yet every single day some dummy wants to march into the slaughterhouse, which could completely derail him in a direction that ain't going to happen. Don't forget to hit the like button to help spread the word about this video. Thank you for taking your daily dose of red pills, and remember that a red pill a day keeps bad poker hands away. So have a good rest of your day and cheers.